You will see it. You know why you'll see it? Because it's a piece of science fiction that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's very few of those, trust me, most of it cancer. So, it's a fantastic piece of work. Not just because I'm in it, I do rather well in it, but it was a fantastic piece of work before I was in it, and it's a fantastic piece of work 25 years from now. It's a brilliant piece of television, well worth watching. It's like watching The West Wing. It's more interesting than most. So, we do our stuff. We used to have screening parties and we used to watch it. You'd watch it with an audience and it was just the most amazing thing to hear oohs and ahs and gasps. You know, I've seen Galactica dropped into atmosphere on a screen, and the sound was immense, and every single person in the theatre was like, it was the most incredible shared experience. Those are the things that it used to be going to the cinema when I was a boy, when I was little, the last Saturday morning cinema, those things. And now we're on TV, and you turn it on, well you guys don't, you just steal it from the internet. Too soon again? And you buy the DVDs and you do the rest of that, I know. So, but here's the thing, is we're not there with you to share that experience. And the greatest joy that I have is that I get to come here and I get to share that experience sort of postpartum. Do you know what I mean? Better phrases for me to use, but you know what I'm saying? That it's after we've given it up, and to have that love come back to us at this level is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced in my life, and I thank you so much for that. A lot of things in life are done with cynicism. A lot of things are created with cynicism. A lot of things are created on the back of other things. If something beautiful is made and then everybody copies it, right? And we're different. We're a different audience than the audience used to be. We're like the audience in the 40s. You go if you want to. We watch it if we want to watch it. We don't watch it because they make us. We've got more than 3 channels. You know? We choose. We vote with our feet and our money, right? And we're a powerful lobby, and if you keep fighting for the stuff that you love, they'll make better stuff. That's what I believe, and I think you are just as important. I'm part of you, and you are just as important. We are just as important in this land of commerce as any other decision that's out there. Will they like it? That's what they're afraid of now. Will they like it? It's brilliant. It's a great time to be in TV. What was the question again? Oh, that one? Yeah. Sorry guys, I ramble, but it's fun.
So, I was just wondering...
I love how you started a sentence with so. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Come on. You're wondering what?
I was wondering when you were cast as Badger on Firefly, did you think you were going to have the experience you had with the cast and crew on the show?
That's a brilliant question. That is the best phrased question I've ever heard on my subject. Brilliantly good question. Brilliantly good question. Am I going to answer it? Okay, fine. No, I didn't. No, I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be that cool. I didn't know those people were going to be that wonderful. I didn't know that Nathan Fillion was going to make me sandwiches and ask me how I was doing. He's a fantastic human being. Those people were so immensely loving. But I've had that the whole way through. It's amazing. The stuff that I really love to do, the stuff that sort of called my name, do this, you're going to love it. You know? Battlestar? Firefly? I mean, Supernatural, Doctor Who, these people are just magical. These are people who love their work, who love to work. And what better thing to do in life than have a job that you love doing, right? You're right, I didn't expect it. I had no idea that they were that cool. I went in trying to be all like, you know, see how important I am. And they were just kind and loving and fun and wonderful. You do know that originally Joss wanted to play Badger. So when I met Joss, he had a beard. Very rough. I was like, something wrong with him, has he been out drinking too late? And it was just very odd. I couldn't work out why he was giving me. He was really on what I was doing. And then Adam Baldwin, who I've known for years and years and years and years and years and years, great man, said, you know, he wrote it for himself. That's why he's riding me hard like a pony. But I think it came out beautifully. The reason why we miss Firefly so much, you want to know the reason why we miss Firefly so much? Because it was stolen from us. It didn't die, it didn't get, you know, there was no reason to take it away. It got taken away as a product of its time. If it was out now, can you imagine? What if it came out like 3 years ago? A totally different climate. If it came out on cable, if it came out on AMC, or if it came out on a channel like that, fascinating. So, we can hope, you know? We keep building this stuff, and the geeks have inherited the earth. We're safe. Oh yeah.
Hi.
Nice hat.
Thank you.
Can you ask me a super hula question?
No, I'm not. I was wondering what your favorite parts and least favorite parts about playing Crowley are.
Favorite parts?
Yes.
Hear down. What's not to love doing? I get to be rude, obnoxious, kill people. I get to say stuff that nobody should be allowed to say to anybody. No one in the history of torture has been tortured with the torture like you'll be tortured with. I almost peed myself when I heard that. I was like, are you kidding me? I had to work out how to make it make sense without being disgusted at the fact that the sentence ends with a preposition. Because that would bug Crowley. What bugs Crowley is like, no one, you know, he's saying something and he's going that and he ends with a preposition and it's like, no one in history torture with torture with torture with torture with torture. You know what I mean. Which echoes back to Dean in season 5 in the first episode I was in, where he goes, when I say, how about you don't miss morons? And he goes, you're the moron. It's the fun thing, you know, hearing things for the first time. Sorry, did you have a question?
Your favorite and least favorite parts about being Crowley?
No. That wasn't it. What's that about? It was something nice. Something made me feel good. I don't know what it was. I was talking about me, wasn't it? Yes. My favorite. Come on, dialogue's fantastic. Think about all the dialogue. Think about all the delicious things I get to say. I get to blow a pinwheel while I'm torturing someone. It's insane. It's insane. The wonderful, one of our props department, Robin, our on-set props, who also does our off-camera dialogue for us, and she's brilliant at it. I love her dearly. It's like, I have this for you. Oh, that's brilliant. And then you can't stop. And this poor Osric sitting in the chair going, that's how I show love. Oh, but how do you know she's dead? I love that stuff. I mean, there's so much fun stuff to say. I mean, do you like the stuff that's going on between Dean and Crowley, yes? But you don't like the end of season 9, do you? Yes! A divided house. I love it. I love it. Who here has not seen the finale? Rule number 712 of science fiction. You don't go down to the pub if you don't want to know what the score is. It's one or the other. Favourite parts? That's favourite parts. Least favourite parts? Shake. The sore neck. used to be a tall actor. Thank you. Next.
Okay, so, oh, right. I was.
Oh, sorry. That face you just said okay is an open line. That's okay. I'm like, yes, okay.
So
I love it. Absolutely love it.
What?
What?
Your favorite episode of Supernatural to film, and what is your least favorite episode to film? And what is your favorite episode to film, and what's your favorite episode to watch, and why?
To watch has to be The French Mistake. I've always been pissed that I'm not in it, because I should have been in it. But I wasn't, so. And my favourite one to film, I think, thus far has been the end of season 8. The end of season 8 was a magical thing for us.
Oh.
It was just an amazing time. We shot, thanks to producers, we shot that mostly in sequence. Meaning, I mean, you know you have to shoot, when you do a TV show, you have to shoot economically. So if you're going to be in that room in scene 1 and scene 27, you have to shoot that all in one day. You know, you can't just go there and then come back and go and come back. It costs too much money. So you have to plan out what you're doing. And what they did was they planned out 3 days in that church, which was built on set. The exterior was built in the middle of nowhere. The interior was built on stage. So the interior is wet leaves and dirt, and it just has that feel to it. It's actually indoors. It's like somebody went into your living room and put leaves in it and soaks them down every hour. It's like the most amazing place. And we lived in there for 3 days. So we did all the Abaddon scenes, all the stuff, all the girls part, all the me-singing changes, all the weird stuff. We did it in order, which made it beautiful, so the build worked. And I have to tell you, that crew is the greatest crew I've ever worked with for one reason. They supported us through every moment of what we did. They made it easy and effortless for us to hit those highs that we were trying to hit. The other actors, Jensen was off camera, meaning he's not actually being filmed. Off camera with me for 6 hours doing his stuff, and he never let the intensity out. And it became one of my favorite things I've ever done. I think it was a really, really cool, all of us. There wasn't anybody in that last section that wasn't amazing. And it was just, we felt like we were all walking in the same direction, and it was such an honor to do that. Thank you. I never answered questions. What's wrong with you? Let's do the heat. Hello.
We're shipping nothing for the game.
No.
Is there any...
It's you and me. Sad, isn't it? In Soviets? Yeah, stop. So?
Is there any way you can try and get Osric back? And...
Why would I want to? It's annoying.
And have you been watching Kate Mulgrew on Orange is the New Black?
She's actually really good at Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, she's really good.
It's a great show. It's a really good show. I don't have as much time to watch it, so I play catch up way late. And every time I catch up, it feels really good.
Just going up today.
Very good season. Yes. It's, yeah, it was because all the promos are out, all the discs are out for Emmy consideration. It's kind of cool. It's really cool. What was it, Green Osric back?
Yes.
Why? You like Kevin?
Yeah! Bring Chuck back!
You sound like you're particularly sure. You like Kevin?
Yeah!
Crowley and Kevin.
Crowley and Kevin sitting in a tree? Nah. He doesn't kiss as well as Bobby.
Oh, Jim.
That's the same person. Bobby is Jim. Really changed.
But just working with...
Listen, if I knew that Osric was or wasn't coming back, would I tell you?
No.
Next question. Come on. Faster. You can stand up if you want to.
Hi. So, if you had control of the supernatural and everything,
Like I have control of you right now.
everything that went with it, end it, the final episode, with directing and producing and everything, how would you have that end?
Interesting. The way it should be, with Crowley in a bath, listening to Norwegian death metal. The fluffy angel dude. Oh look, there's one here. It's excellent. See, this whole thing does nothing for me. Maybe in a trench coat. I mean, really? Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Alright.
Having fun?
Yeah.
Love the glasses.
Thank you. Gosh, I swear. Alright. So what's it like working? No.
Also the smartest random in the world.
I'm a smart aleck, you're not smart.
That's my definition of smart.
Alright, well, you often play a villain as much
Never played a villain.
Don't give me that.
I've never played one. Did we have a date? Don't give me that. I got shit these now. Sorry, I won't do it again. You are a woman. You should know that by now.
I know you don't want to answer the question, but can I ask it? Alright. So, as far as I know,
Hold on. Go on.
you're often a villain.
Never been a villain. This is something to every day I've ever been on. Is this good for you? Can't tell you anything. Sorry. Nothing. It's everything. It's all right. Didn't mean it. It's all my fault. Don't hit me. I don't think you have any power.
So, do you have a particular attraction to playing evil or nasty characters?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Does that have anything to do with your accent?
So at 6 p.m. today, booth 1, I will be doing any of the photo ops that anybody has missed. Please show up. Saturday 5:30, I'll do a second one too in photo booth 2. So if you haven't hit your photo ops, come find me and do that. So I found some people who were miserable and didn't get photo ops. So I said, can you open it up again? And if you want, come find me. I got a 6 p.m. in booth 1 and tomorrow I'll have a 5:30 in booth 2. Okay? Are you still here? Every date I've ever had. Just don't believe me. I've never played villains. I have played people with diametrically opposed morals, different perceptions of ideals. I usually play one of the two things that I love to play. You know the two things I love to play are? Okay. Oh, sarcasm. We really have dated. Two things that I believe are worth playing is I either want to play the man who sells out the mission before they've even left the planet. Right? Dr. Zachary Smith in Lost in Space, the guy that screws them before they started. William H. Macy in Fargo. He's screwed before he started. You just know it's never going to get better. It's always going to be that. Dr. Gaius Baltar. From the beginning. Great roles. Brilliant roles to play, right? The guys that screwed up on day 1 and are going to try to spend the rest of their life trying to fix it. Great characters, right? Or the last sane man in the universe. Romo Lankin.
Yeah.
Crowley. Badger. all Eddie Albert in Green Acres. Everybody around him is insane, and he's going... Just paying attention to what I'm saying and everything would be fine. That's the essence of it. Those are the characters that we're playing. But they're not evil. Evil is in the eye of the beholder, right? Evil has always been in the eye of the beholder.
Do you have a crown as the king of hell?
What?
Do you have a crown for the king of hell?
No.
Do you want one? Do you want mine?
Don't my hands. Don't my hands. It's been a fun day. I haven't smoked in 10 years. I need a cigarette now.
Am I tall enough to reach this?
I don't know. Ask yourself that question in 5 years.
First and foremost, I want to thank you on behalf of my friend Peter and my friend F, who are not able to be here because you're one of our very, very favorite actors. And I want to thank you for being a very complex person on stage. Well, I would tell you, you're not necessarily tall. I mean,
Tall.
So thank you for being Badger, because that's one of my favorite, not villains, one of my favorite actors. But my question has nothing to do with Supernatural. I just want to know, if all of the characters you've ever played had to fight to the death, who do you think would win?
Never, ever, ever cross the fan streams. Shipping I get. Shipping makes sense. We're all going to do something with our time. But you don't cross the fan streams. How hard was it to design the universe before you come in and you start screwing with it by putting other universes in it? It's like a bad Star Trek episode.
Successfully crossed universes. She's in Final Fantasy, and it was a great game.
Define the word great. Great? Great? Good? Yeah. Great? Ooh, there's some great. There's some great out there. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of mediocre, there's not a lot of great. There's great. Battlestar is great. Not because I'm in it, because it's great. It was great before I got there. Right? Star Trek was great before I ever watched it. No, there's so many things that are great. You know? We don't mess with that. It's like going, you are such a wonderful gymnast, we've decided you need to do this underwater. Oh, damn. They did that already, didn't they? You don't cross the fan streams.
Then dare I mess with greatness and ask if I can have a hug?
Of course. If you can reach. Hey,
hello.
You have 4 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, first I want to say to everyone that he actually reads his tweets. He proved it this morning to me.
I used to actually have to approve every person that followed me. I did it 60,000 times before I went, this is insane. And then I got verified and had a public account. And I read as many of my tweets as I can. I just read, I'll see it, I'll see it anyway. No, I don't. I only say no when it's funny. I only say no when it's funny. Which one did I tweet you back? That's right, it's fantastic. See? I do respond. But you've got to be funny and witty and interesting. If you guys say, and then you go, you know what? There's a whole plethora of people writing stuff about homophobic crap on the tweets. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's people trying to get a rise out of people so they'll get a response. And I'm like, we don't do that. We don't do that, do we? Does anyone in this room do that? I don't think so. Wait, I don't do that. Why the hell would you want to do that to me? Why would you want, Mark, I love you, please retweet back 642 times in a line. It's ridiculous. Write it once, I'll see it. I love it. I love all you guys.
And I've got a 2-part question. First part, can you say hello, boys?
Hello, boys. It changes, isn't it? It's like, hello, boys. Hello, boys. Kevin,
for is...
That wasn't very demanding, that's okay.
You seem to do, I mean, obviously you've done so much sci-fi. Is there something about sci-fi, and not only you, but other actors, they seem to...
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. You know what it is? Imagination. Why do you love it? Why do we all love it? Why do we love sci-fi? The use of imagination. How many damn police procedurals can you watch? Unless they're in space. How many medical dramas can you watch? And well, House actually is a kind of exception to the rule. But even then, that's a really hard way to make a TV show. 1 in 3, I'd say 1 in 3 episodes of House were brilliant. But you still have to make a procedural. It's hard to do in a normal sense. We, as lovers of sci-fi and makers of sci-fi and creators of sci-fi, as we all are, right? Ron Moore, Joss Whedon, David Icke, all the people I've ever worked with, Michelangelo, all the people I know, all these amazing people, Harvey Griswold, Markswatch, everybody I've ever worked with, we're all the same. We're all just fans and geeks that got a decent job. I managed to get them to pay us to do something we were doing for free. We were doodling on our books and creating comics and whatever. Now they pay us to do it. It's amazing. But the thing is, it's about the imagination. The story's about imagination and endeavours of the heart. And they're bigger and more romantic and more interesting than I woke up in the morning and went over there and shot somebody. We want to know, but in which dimension? Why? You know? Look, remember the X-Files, right? I mean, it was a wonderful thing to be told. One of my favourite episodes ever is Monday. Right, the one, I was talking to Mitch Pileggi the other day, and he was like, I was like, that is a brilliant episode, where Darren Burroughs gets up every day and relives the same event, where he straps a bomb to himself and goes to the bank. But it's such a, yeah, of course, but we've always had Kim directed that episode, so Kim Manners directed that episode. But that's the stuff that you go, but what if? But when? What? How? Why does it do that? And that's what we have to do. We have to do that with what we love. We have to promote what we love. We have to fight for what we love. You have to tell them what you like. You have to show them and vote with your money, with, you know, all the things that you do, little Kickstarter things here and there, supporting stuff, downloading stuff, making sure that the stuff that you love is made popular. Otherwise, they're going to serve to you what they want to serve to you, right? We have a duty to do that, you know? For us, by us, really, you know? Do you want to tell me I'm done?
No, you have 3 minutes.
3 minutes? I got one more. Oh, sorry to let you guys down. I could do this all day. But thank you.
You good?
Now, what better way to end a day? Oh, we leave now. I owe you guys, okay?
You should hug us all.
I will hug you all eventually. But I owe you, okay? Thank you.
Well, first, just
Fantastic.
hi and I love you. Thank you. I am going to cross the fandom streams, but I'm the Princess of Magic, so I get to write girls. I would very much like to know, on the one hand you have Crowley, who is essentially the ultimate deal maker, and on the other hand you have Jim Sterling, who by the laws of the universe never loses. So I just would love to know what would happen if Crowley tried to make a deal with Sterling, if it would be a unstoppable force meets an unmovable object situation.
We kind of did that with Christian Kane's character, didn't we? He's a man who never, Elliot's a man who never loses a fight, and Sterling's a man who never loses. So the question was whether, excuse me, the question was, when my then, whatever, 11-year-old son turned around to them and go, why don't you have my dad fight Christian? I was like, oh, thank you. That's how to do that. So the same imagination, John Rogers, Amy Berg, all writers that we love in our universe, for Eureka, for everything from Transformers to whatever, that's their, when that question was posed to them, that's what they did with the question. So it does come from stem from the same answer. But I'm going to give you the best answer that I can end this conversation sadly with, which is this, is, if that's what you want to see, write it. I'll probably show up and act it. Eventually I'll be in everything, right?